TSMC to commence its 2nm CyberShuttle service in April next year, allowing clients like Apple and others to evaluate their chips on the same test wafer, reducing costs. The 2nm process will eventually transition from trial production to proper wafer shipments that will be sent to TSMC's lucrative customers in the near future. With the company set to commence mass production in 2025 and with demand said to be higher than 3nm wafers, the only variable that remains to be addressed is the high cost. According to previous estimates, each 2nm wafer is expected to cost TSMC's clientele $30,000, including Apple, but the latest report says that the semiconductor giant has found a way to reduce this figure with something called the CyberShuttle service. It allows existing customers to evaluate their chips on the same test wafer, which will reduce costs, so let us talk about this approach in more detail. CyberShuttle is also known as wafer sharing and can help reduce a number of costs that stem from the use of 2nm chip production. Aside from Apple, other smartphone chipset makers such as Qualcomm and MediaTek will eventually turn to TSMC to leverage its 2nm technology, but that will come at a substantial cost. As reported by China Times, there is a way to reduce that estimated $30,000 figure. CyberShuttle, which is also known as wafer sharing, allows TSMC's customers to save a ton in design and mask costs while also speeding up test production. The Taiwanese firm was previously reported to have achieved a 60% yield in the trial production of its 2nm process, meaning that it is only a matter of time before mass production begins. The report does not mention how much of that $30,000 sum per 2nm wafer will be reduced thanks to TSMC's CyberShuttle approach, but we can imagine that the manufacturer knows what it is doing. This wafer sharing model will also allow TSMC's customers to place orders rapidly, giving the company a revenue surge in the coming quarters. However, before all of this happens, there needs to be an adequate supply. To scale this obstacle, TSMC has not one but two facilities, and with both fully operational, these can reach up to a 40,000 monthly wafer production cycle. Looking at the estimated price of 3nm chips this year, it is imperative that various methods are explored to reduce any unnecessary costs. While the actual price that goes into producing one wafer cannot be nullified, TSMC can look into more efficient ways of saving millions for itself and its customers.